Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start off by giving all honor, all praise, infinite glory to our power Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutation to the Akim, the hopeful elect that are pushing his word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings be unto you and your households. All right. It's your brother Kazak Tazabah from Kingdom Driven 144 coming back at you with another lesson with the Spirit, Lord willing, is edifying, comforting, but also exhorting. So through the Spirit, I don't have many precepts, but I'm just kind of rolled through the Spirit, and I just pray that it's edifying and it those who need to hear this lesson, receives it. All right. All man's goings are of the Lord. And I believe through the Spirit that when a brother uploads a lesson and the brotherhood, the hopeful elect watch it, it was a reason why they tuned into that specific lesson, because their spirit needed to hear it. All right. But I was led to do this lesson, as you can see in the title of this lesson is The Art of Discipline. All right. Because as you know, being through this walk, through this ministry, requires a certain level of discipline. All right. Not being rash, or not being hasty, observing things, observing it, digesting it, examining the situation, and not necessarily jumping to reactions or conclusions, but, gathering intel, so to speak, through the Spirit, man. Okay. And being able to use that spiritual discernment, all right, to maneuver. Okay. You got to move according to the Spirit and not of the flesh. All right. Which is very easy to fall into the flesh. Okay. Because here we are bound in these chains of darkness, which is this body. All right. Within us is our spirit that's yearning for righteousness. Okay. That's seeking righteousness, that desires it. But then you have your flesh that happens to weigh you down and get in the way of your walk at times. You see? Now, when these things arise, when these things happen, man, you got to acknowledge it. All right. Know that it's there. Know that there will be temptations. There will be afflictions. There will be, things that arise that may in your flesh cause you to react. But you have to move in wisdom, especially in these times, man. Yahweh Shai wasn't a man of irrational thinking. Okay. He was a holy man with rational ways of thinking, but he analyzed certain situations. Okay. He received them. Okay. And he judged accordingly, and he made righteous decisions, righteous calls, because he didn't allow his flesh to get in the way. All right. Because Yahweh Shai was rooted. He was rooted. And so should we. Okay. So I want to read real quick in the book of 1 Corinthians, the 9th chapter. And I want to start in verse 24. It says, "Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that ye may obtain. All right. We should be running towards righteousness, towards the kingdom that we're seeking after. Okay. The way of living that's congruent to the ways of Yahushai. All right. That's what we want to run towards. He was the living example of which how we should conduct ourselves. You see, we had a physical example through the scriptures as to how we should move under persecution, under captivity. Okay, in all wisdom. It says, verse 25, and every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. You see? Because the incorruptible crown, referring to the crown that we're going to receive upon coronation day, when Yahushai, okay, is when he is proclaimed and exalted as king. You see? And he's going to reward his men for their labors. An incorruptible crown that will never be corrupt, or that will never be, rusted or moth-eaten or anything. You see? It says, I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight. So fight I, not as one that beateth the air. Okay? It says, therefore so run, not uncertainly. You should be certain as to what you're doing. Being confident enough to know what you're doing is according to the Lord. It's pleasing to the Lord. All right. It says, not as one that beateth the air, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection. And that's how we gotta do ourselves, man. Keep under our body. In other words, stand 10 toes down. Being rooted, being built up in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Bringing your body into subjection. Your body responds to the spirit, you see, and not vice versa. We war against our flesh daily, but through discipline, the spirit overrides our flesh, man, to where our bodies will move according to what our mind or our spirit tells it to do. So you have to train your spirit, man. All right. So this article I looked up real quick through the spirit, and it says 5 tips for developing your self-discipline. All right. And it says, remember, it takes time. You see? There's a lot of newcomers, a lot of new people that are coming into this truth. All right. And in the beginning, you're like a sponge. Everybody in the truth at one point or another in their walk. Okay. And especially in the beginning, you receive the word, you absorbed it, you absorbed the milk, and you wanted to tell everybody. Just about every brother has the same account, man, at one point or another in their walk. You see? You're excited. You learn who you are. You're learning precepts, you're understanding, and then boom, something happens. You see? The Lord throws a wrench into your life. He causes, he ruffles up some feathers. He rattles some cages a little bit. He shake up your life a little bit. You may lose you may get a divorce. You know, Lord may take your kids away. You may lose your job. You may be without a home. The Lord will throw something at you. It's going to happen. Sirach, the 2nd chapter says, when thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. There's no escaping, trials and sufferings and pain. Okay? And what does that do? When you've experienced these things through your walk, it hardens you. Okay? It hardens you to the point where you almost become numb to the way of the world, man. You become numb to the world. Okay? And you come to the realization that there's nothing here for you that could bring you that peace or that comfort other than Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. So remember, it takes time. It says, first off, this is a very important point to remember. It says, I was disorganized and lacking in a focus in given weeks, being patient with yourself when working on improving your observable drawing skills. Now, this is clearly referring to, art, okay, drawing or whatever. But you could also apply this to your walk. All right. It says it takes time, courage, and patience in order to see the change you seek. It's something you have to grow into. The Lord is it's like he's the potter and we're the clay. You see? An artist, if you will. I like to paint. I'm a painter. I haven't done it in a minute, but I love to paint. And I paint abstract. Just giving my own little personal story to add to it. But you can't just think of a canvas. You don't just have a blank canvas and expect your creation, all right, to just appear. No, there's a process to it. Okay, you have to see it in your mind first. Okay, you see it in your mind first, and then you just kind of flow through the spirit, and you just let your spirit just kind of take control over the brush or the palette knife, okay, or the sponge or whatever, the different colors. Okay. And then over time, you start to see more of your work. Okay, you're starting to see things. You're starting to, that this will go good here. Boom, there goes one stroke. Oh, here's another one. Boom, different color. Okay, this shape or whatever, and you just kind of build upon that canvas. Especially if you want to do something with layers. Okay. You want to put tape. You want to put sharp angles onto your canvas, into your art, your vision. You got to let things dry. You got to let it sit. You come back to it. You come with a new perspective, and then boom, you come with some more ideas, and you just add on top of it, and you just build. It takes time. Okay. It takes time. You're not going to get it all in one shot. You see, you're going to fall. You're going to go off. All right. You're going to fall short. But that's why we have mercy. The Lord showed he's given his men, his servants, mercy, man. You see? And through his mercy, we're still here. Okay, we're still taking that step forward towards seeking the kingdom, man. We're still walking and working towards that righteous path, all right, to salvation. All right, it says self-discipline is like a muscle. All right, it's like a muscle. The more you work at it, the stronger it gets. You see? So the more you do your prayers in the morning, all right? You know, you have a routine. Develop a routine. There's nothing wrong with that. You wake up, you boom, you say a quick prayer. The Wadi Haba Shemel Shai for waking me up this morning. Boom, start off. You know, you're on your way to the plantation. You know, you throw up the Lord's Prayer. You know, ask the Lord to get you through the day. You know, ask the Lord to put the Spirit on you to do a lesson, to read. You know, after work, when you're tired, when you're beat down, you start that in the morning. You know, if you need to set a timer on your phone, you know, to set, you know, because, you know, work can get, you know, tasking at times, and, you know, you tend to forget, and that's normal. It happens. But we all know, each and every person knows where they fall short and where their weaknesses, or I don't like to say weakness, but their areas of improvement. All right. Everybody knows their areas of improvement. You see, and those are the things that you got to identify and ask the Lord to bless you with those shortcomings. Okay, to fill those gaps. You see, you have to want those things. Where your weaknesses are, you want to strengthen those weaknesses. You want to be well-rounded, man. You're not going to go into the gym and just work out upper body. That's all you do is just go to the gym and work out upper body? No. You got to work out your legs too. Don't skip leg day. And then when you start to do legs, you start to realize, oh, shoot. Hey, these leg workouts, I'm pushing more weight. All right. And in return, hey, I'm getting stronger. Because little do people know, when you work out your legs, it releases another level of, you know, testosterone. You know, it raises your natural growth hormone. Okay, to the point where you gain more strength overall, your entire body. You work out your legs, you notice your bench, your curls, your back get stronger. You got to be well-rounded, man. Okay, so work on your shortcomings. Know your distractions. You got to identify these things, man. You got to know, okay, if I'm coming home, all right, first thing I want to do, I want to get on the game. I want to play the video game. I want to play 2K. Hey, there's nothing wrong with playing a Xbox or a PlayStation. But when it comes to getting in the way of doing the work, okay, then you need to set that aside, man. You got to have that discipline to push that away. If you're realizing that you're going to the gym over reading, okay, or you doing things that you want to do outside of serving the Lord first, you need to put those things aside, man. And you need to have the discipline to be able to do so. You got to know and be aware of these distractions, man. Because all they do is just going to get in the way. All right? You have to restrain yourself, man. And I've looked up the word restrain, and it says prevent from doing something. You see? Keep under control or within limits. You got to be able to control what you do. Having control over your body, having control, all right? And it's ultimately through the spirit, man. That's why you got to train your spirit through what? Prayer, fasting, and reading. You know? Everybody has their shortcomings. But you got to ask the Lord to give you the spirit to be able to, build on those things. All right. It says create a daily routine. I kind of hit on that a little bit. You see, have a routine. They say, I think it was like 21 days to develop a habit. OK, well, a healthy habit is to develop a routine that's aligned with the spirit, man. That's aligned with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You see? Okay, coming home from work, before going to the gym, read a couple chapters, say a quick little prayer, then boom, go work out, go shoot some pool, go play the video game, go watch a movie, or if the Spirit has you do a lesson, you see? But what will you do what have you done to serve the Lord today? And that's something that you got to constantly ask yourself every single day, man. Opportunities for self-discipline. It says, no matter what improvements you want to make in your creative life, you need to have self-discipline to apply yourself consistently to the work that will be involved. There will be good days and bad days in your life, but it's best not to follow in those and allow them to hold you back. You see? And that's exactly right. You're going to have days, man. You're going to have good days when you feel you're fervent in the Spirit, man. The Lord puts a spirit on you for a day for you to go ham, not ham. bad analogy, but it's a figure of speech. But the Lord may put a spirit on you to, you upload 2-3 lessons in that day. The apostles, they do it. They do it. And they've been doing it for years. Because that's the measure that they've been given. All right. Not every brother has been given that measure. You see, but whatever is given, you gotta work that out, man. You gotta do what's given unto you. Okay. Scriptures talk about where much is given, much is required. You see? So whatever you've been given, you got to give it back to the Lord, man. Whichever way you can. All right? So I want to get another scripture. Romans chapter 8. And what is it? Salaki, bear with me. Here we go. Let's get Romans 8 and verse 3. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, the Most High sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh. You see, it says that righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh but after the Spirit. And that's what we should be doing, man. Okay, not walking after the flesh, rather through the Spirit. It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. These 2/3, okay, the people of this world, they mind their body, man. They mind their flesh. They're looking for ways to fill their bellies, to satisfy their fleshly desires, man. Well, the scriptures talk about, if you do what's pleasing unto the Lord, he'll give us the desires of our heart. You see? So what sense does it make to take it upon yourself, okay, to do it? Let the Lord bless us. Let the Lord do what, if you do what you're supposed to do, the Lord's gonna reward you for it. Right, in righteousness. It says, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because when you walk through the Spirit, it is peaceful. You see, it is peaceful. It feels good after you do a lesson. It feels good after you read. It's like, once again, man, I associate the scriptures and getting in the Spirit with working out. All right, because it's something that I can relate to. The hardest part about working out is getting to the gym. It's getting to the gym. And then as soon as you walk in, boom, you locked in, you in the zone. Same thing through the Spirit, man. You open up the scriptures and you start with the first pick up chapter, and you just start reading. It just takes over you, man. And then when you get done, you be like, man, I didn't realize how much I needed that. It feels good. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace, because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High. For it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. So then they that are of the flesh cannot please the Most High. You see, they can't please Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because they don't acknowledge him. They don't mind the Lord. They rather please themselves other than pleasing the one who created them. It says, but ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. If so be that the spirit of the Most High dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the spirit of Mashiach Yahushai, he is of none of his. All right? Because we have the spirit of the Lord, man. You see? We have the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. John 3:30 says we're supposed to decrease. The Lord it will increase, and we are to decrease. You see? Yep. Verse 30, it says, he must increase, but I must decrease. He that cometh from above is above all. He that is of the earth is earthly, and speaketh of the earth, and he that cometh from heaven is above all. You see? So we're supposed to put him before our very own needs, man. And that requires discipline. All right? That requires a great level of discipline that a lot of people can't possess. They cannot, they can't receive it. They don't have it. It's an art. You see? Discipline is an art. Okay? Not all discipline is good neither. Because people can be disciplined in, developing a successful business. All right, from the ground up. You can be disciplined in wickedness. You can be disciplined in, seeking after women, getting women. Hey, not all discipline is good. It also talks about, it refers to in wisdom, I think it's the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. Okay, just because you have knowledge or discipline of wickedness doesn't mean that it's wisdom, man. Okay, the greatest form of discipline, okay, is when it's tied to denying yourself, okay, and putting the Lord above you. All right. So lastly, I want to get 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 10. Therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in the Mashiach Yahushai with eternal glory. It is a faithful saying, for if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he will also deny us. And if we believe not, yet he abideth faithful. He cannot deny himself. All right. So, hey, that was pretty much it. Through the Spirit, Lord willing, it was edifying. I'm getting a call. So with that, I'd like to give honor, praise, and infinite glory to Yahweh Shem Yahshai B'Hashem Rakah Kodash. And until next time, Shalom.